Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to discuss the question and answers of the poem The Inchcape Rock, which is written by Robert Southey. So here I begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't subscribed up till now, then please do and watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked it. So now let us start with the question and answers of this didactic poem, The Inchcape Rock, which is written by Robert Southey. A didactic poem always delivers a moral teaching or lesson for mankind, though not directly but through a legendary tale. So, first of all, I will explain the title of the poem, The Inchcape Rock. The poem Inchcape Rock, which is written by Robert Southey, here take the name of a legendary rock which is the center of all the events. The rock had caused a lot of shipwrecks previously. Then the good abbot tied a bell so that to warn the passing ships of the danger of the rock. Later, the villainous Ralph cut the bell from the rock to help his own cause of looting the ship in danger of the rock, as he was a pirate. And in the end, he gets punished when his own ship hits the Inchcape Rock and he dies. So the entire story revolves around the Inchcape Rock. So the title is justified. Now a brief introduction about the poet Robert Southey. Robert Southey was an English poet who was born on 12 August 1774 and died on 21st March 1843. He has written a number of poems like The Inchcape Rock, After Blenheim, etc. He was a poet, historian, biographer, and essayist. The Inchcape Rock is a ballad which was written in 1802. The poem consists of 17 quatrains written in rhyming couplets. The Inchcape Rock describes a supernatural event, but its basic theme is that as you sow, so shall you reap. This is the rule of nature, which means that man will definitely get the result of his deeds, good or bad, in future. So, dear children, now let us start with the question and answers of the poem The Inchcape Rock. My first question is, describe the movement of the waves as presented in the line. Without either sign or sound of this shock, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. Answer. In the above line, the waves were rising and falling without moving the Inchcape bell. In fact, the waves are so small that they do not move enough to ring the Inchcape bell. They are moving calmly without any sense of impending danger. Question number 2. How does the Inchcape bell warn the sailors during a storm? Answer. During a storm, the waves violently hit the Inchcape Rock, and the bell that is tied on the rock of the abbot of Aberbrothok shakes violently, making a loud sound that can be heard by the sailors at a far distance. They then become alert that the Inchcape Rock is nearby. Thus, the sailors avoid that way where the bell was ringing. Question number 3. Who cut the bell and why? Answer. Sir Ralph the Rover, a notorious pirate, did not want sailors to be alert by the sound of the Inchcape bell. He wanted to earn money and treasures from the ships that fatally crashed against the rock. He also wanted to tarnish the reputation of Abbot of Aberbrothok. Hence, he sailed to the Inchcape Rock and cut the famous bell tied over there. Question number 4. Why did ships face shipwreck near the Inchcape Rock? Answer. The Inchcape Rock, a reef which was situated in the North Sea, close to the coastal region of Angus in Scotland, was famous for its infamy as caution for the shipwreck, as a caution for the shipwreck. During rough seas, the sailors could not see the rock. This was the reason why ships faced shipwrecks there. Question number 5. Describe the legend of the Inchcape Rock. Answer. According to the legend, a monk placed a bell on the Inchcape shore to send warnings to sailors about the impending danger during storms. According to the folktale, whenever the bell rang, the sailors used to thank the abbot for saving them from danger. But a pirate named Sir Ralph cut down the bell to earn money and treasures from the ship that fatally crashed against the rock. However, one day Sir Ralph's ships too encountered a storm and crashed against the rock, and he died repenting. Question number 6. Who was the rover? What kind of person was he? Answer. Sir Ralph was the rover or the sea pirate. He was a wicked and jealous man. Question number 7. What did Rover see? What did he ask his sailors to do? Answer. The rover saw the buoy of the Inchcape Rock like a dark speck on the green sea, on the green ocean. He asked his sailors to lower the boat and row him to the Inchcape Rock. Question number 8. Where did the rover want to go? Why? Answer. The rover wanted to go near the Inchcape Rock to cut off the warning bell, to spoil the fame and reputation of the priest, the abbot of Aberbrothock, who had placed the bell there, and to loot the wealth from the shipwrecks. Question number 9. In what mood was the rover in the line? He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. What is the mood of the rover at the end of the poem? Answer. The rover was in a joyful mood in the extract. His joyful mood is reflected in the extract by his joyful mood is reflected in the lines about by his act of whistling and singing. At the end of the poem, the rover was in a mood of despair and frustration because of his own deeds. Question number 10. Who is Sir Ralph? What are his intentions? Answer. Sir Ralph was a notorious pirate who spent days for looting and plundering other ships for treasures. He wanted to tarnish the reputation of the abbot of Aberbrothock, so he had cut down the famous bell tied on the Inchcape Rock. He looted and robbed the ships that crashed against the rock and soon became very rich. Question number 11. What is he doing in the line? Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scrawled the seas for many a day, and now grown rich with the plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. Answer. In the above line, Sir Ralph was sailing in the ship across the seas and plundering and looting the wealth of the sailors on other ships. He deliberately had cut the Inchcape bell so that whichever the ship get ravished there, he could amass all the wealth. Question number 12. Why did Sir Ralph move towards Scotland? Answer. Sir Ralph steered his ship towards Scotland shore because his downfall was calling him there. Some invisible and supernatural powers, working as a messenger of God, wanted to punish Ralph for his wicked and sinful act. Hence, they instigated to come again to the Scotland shore. Question number 13. How did Ralph grow rich and prosperous? Answer. For a long time, Ralph had been wandering in distant seas. He had been plundering and looting many ships. In this way, he made a great heap of wealth and had grown rich and prosperous. Question number 14. What do you learn from the action of Sir Ralph? Answer. Sir Ralph's action gave the moral message that what one sows, so does he reap. The parrot committed an evil deed by cutting down the Inchcape bell, which was his lifesaver for seamen. He did this for his selfish intentions to hoard wealth, but ultimately, in his death hour, he needed the Inchcape bell to save the ship, but it was not there. We learn that evil deeds never go unpunished. The evildoer becomes the victim of his own wicked designs. He digs a pit for others, but himself he falls into it. Question number 15. What was Sir Ralph's dying fear? Answer. Sir Ralph's dying fear was that he could see himself getting punished for his misdeeds and unconsciously wanted to save himself, but he knew that it was too late and would die in no time. Question number 16. Explain the line. The devil below was ringing the knell. Answer. Sir Ralph had cut down the Inchcape bell and it went down into the sea with a gurgling sound. When his death hour was near, he could hear the sound of the Inchcape bell as if the devil himself was ringing it for him. It indicated that the time of Ralph had approached. Question number 17. What are the lines? But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. A sound as if with the Inchcape bell, the devil below was ringing his knell. Say. Answer. The above line says that Sir Ralph, even in his dying fear, could hear the dreadful sound of a ringing bell, which resembled the sound of the Inchcape bell, but was actually the death knell, rung by the devil himself. It seemed as if the devil was happily inviting the parrot to hell. Question number 18. Why did Sir Ralph meet such an end? Answer. Sir Ralph met such an end because of his wicked deeds. He deliberately removed the bell on the Inchcape rock so that ships faced shipwrecks and he could plunder the treasures. Wrong actions never go unpunished in this world. He was thus rightly punished for his immoral and sinful deeds. Question number 19. Do you agree that evils cannot go unpunished in this world? Give your opinion in this. Answer. Yes. Evil cannot go unpunished in this world. There is a divine power which looks upon our actions and delivers justice to all. Sir Ralph in the poem engaged in evil deeds and did not consider about other people. He robbed them to wealth, but ultimately he died in a storm in a shipwreck, just like he made other sailors suffer in storms. The evildoer initially does not feel the prick of his conscience, but in the end, he is always miserable. Question number 20. What is the function of the lighthouse? Answer. The function of the lighthouse are number 1, to show the direction. Number 2, to serve as a navigational aid for maritime pilots at sea or on inland waterways. Number 3, lighthouses mark dangerous coastlines, hazardous shoals, reefs, rocks, and save entries to harbor. And number 4, they also assist in aerial navigation. Question number 21. Name the famous rock and the place where they are. Answer. In Mahabalipuram, we find balancing rocks. In Australia, wave rocks. In New Zealand, Marquise boulders. In Russia, Manpupu Nyar. In India, Yana rocks. In Philippines, Coron rocks. Question number 22. Give reason for the sailor's appreciation of the abbot. Answer. The bell guided the mariners in bad weather. The seamen could not see the rock as it stayed hidden under the high waves during the storm, but they could hear the ringing bell and went away from the perilous, that is, the dangerous rocks. So the bell saved their lives. Then the seafarers blessed the abbot for his good deeds and good job, and they were grateful to the abbot for saving their lives. Question number 23. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. What made Ralph the rover to exclaim this line? Answer. When Ralph was returning back to Scotland, the tides were strong. The rover and his team were drifting along with the ship. Suddenly, the vessel gets a jerking. They all then realized that the vessel had hit the Inchcape Rock. So he exclaims the above line. Question number 24. Describe the beginning of the poem. Answer. In the beginning of the poem, the poet describes the calmness of the sea and sets the natural setting. The sea was calm and there was no movement in the air. That is why the ship stood still. The sails of the ship were not getting thrust from the air and were erect. Its keel, which is a metallic or a wooden piece that offers support to the whole structure of the ship, was also steady in the ocean. Question number 25. Why did the abbot of Aberbrothock place a bell on the Inchcape Rock? The answer. The abbot of Aberbrothock placed the bell on the Inchcape Rock during the storm, because during the storm it floated on a buoy fastened and rung widely, swung by the high tides to alert everyone that the perilous or the dangerous rock was there. Question number 26. State the qualities of the abbot of Aberbrothock. Answer. The abbot of Aberbrothock was a benevolent, big-hearted, kind, good, and helpful man. Question number 27. Describe Sir Ralph's feeling towards the abbot of Aberbrothock. Answer. Sir Ralph did not like the abbot's action of installing a bell on the Inchcape Rock to save sailors. It was getting in his way of looting wealth from the ship. Also, he was jealous of the abbot's reputation, so he decided to remove the bell. Now, he was satisfied because he thought that the next man who happened to pass through the way would not survive and bless the abbot. Question number 28. Why is the ship sinking? Answer. The ship was sinking because it had hit the Inchcape Rock and there has been a shipwreck. The waves from all sides engulfed the ship because it had collided and was broken. The Inchcape bell had been cut down by the parrot who was not suffering from the fruit of his own actions. Question number 29. Explain the line. He cursed himself in despair. Answer. The line means that Sir Ralph, the famous parrot, in order to fulfill his wishes, had removed the Inchcape bell, which was a lifesaver for sailors. Now, he himself needed the bell during heavy storm and life was in danger. In state of utter helplessness, he tore his hair and cursed himself for committing such a sinful and wicked act of cutting the bell. Question number 30. Why is the Inchcape bell so important? Answer. The Inchcape bell is important because during the time of high tide, it shakes violently, making loud sound that would even reach the sailors at a far distance, giving them warning that they should not move towards the direction of the Inchcape Rock. Question number 31. What is your opinion on the idea of good versus evil? Answer. Good is always stronger than evil. No matter how much evil a person does, he will always be punished for his actions, while the good person is rewarded. The wicked person is punished for his misdeeds. In the poem, the sailors used to thank and bless Abbot of Aberbrothock in their hearts for tying the bell on the Inchcape Rock, whereas Sir Ralph meets a deserved death for his wickedness and could hear devil ringing off the bell for him. Question number 32. What was Sir Ralph's dying fear? Answer. Sir Ralph's dying fear was that he could see himself being punished for his misdeeds and unconsciously wanted to save himself. But he knew that it was too late and would die in no time. Question number 33. Explain the line. The devil below was ringing his knell. Answer. Sir Ralph had cut down the Inchcape bell and it went down into the sea with a gurgling sound. When his death hour was near, he could hear the sound of the Inchcape bell, as if the devil was ringing this bell for him. It indicated that the time of Ralph had approached. Question number 34. Why did Sir Ralph meet such an end? Answer. Sir Ralph met such an end because of his wicked deeds. He deliberately removed the bell on the Inchcape Rock so that ship faced shipwreck and he could plunder the treasures. Wrong actions never go unpunished in this world. He was thus rightly punished for his immoral and sinful deeds. Question number 35. Do you agree that even evil cannot go unpunished in this world? Give your opinion on this. Answer. Yes. Evil cannot go unpunished in this world. There is a divine power which looks upon our actions and delivers justice to all. Sir Ralph in the poem engaged in evil deeds and did not consider about other people. He robbed them of wealth, but ultimately he died in a storm, in a shipwreck, just like he made other sailors suffer in the storm and die. The evil doesn't feel the prick of his conscience, but in the end he is always miserable. Question number 36. Why did the birds sound happy in the beginning of the poem? Answer. The birds sounded happy in the beginning of the poem as it was bright and sunny day. Question number 37. Compare and contrast the character of Sir Ralph the Rover with that of Abbot of Aberbrothock. Answer. The abbot was a benevolent and an apathetic man, while the parrot was a cruel and an inhuman parrot. On the one hand, the abbot placed the bell on the Inchcape Rock to warn the sailors of the hidden rock, that is, to save them. On the other hand, Sir Ralph the Rover cut the bell because he did not want its sailors to sail across the rocks safely. The abbot thought for the well-beings of others, while Sir Ralph only thought about plundering and increasing his wealth. He was so reckless that he didn't think twice before cutting off the bell. Ultimately, divine justice was served and he was punished for his recklessness and wicked deeds. Abbot was a kind and compassionate man, while Rover was a jealous and wicked man. Question number 38. What moral lesson is conveyed to the readers through this poem? Answer. The moral conveyed through this poem is, as you sow, so shall you reap. The rover cut off the bell from the Inchcape Rock, but his own ship struck against the very rock because of the absence of any warning sound and sank into the sea. Another moral is crime gets its own punishment. We can also get to know many other morals like tit for tat. What goes around comes around. Evil digs a pit for others but falls into the same, and one pays for one's misdeed. Question number 39. Compare the sound of Inchcape bell and the dreadful sound. Answer. The sound of the Inchcape bell was forewarning of the danger from the perilous rock to the sailors, and was thus life-saving. The dreadful sound, on the other hand, was that of the sinking ship that signaled the end of Sir Ralph. Therefore, it appeared like a funeral bell being rung by the devil himself. Question number 40. In the Inchcape Rock, there is adventure, valor, and jealousy. How are these elements dealt in the poem? Answer. The Inchcape Rock is a ballad comprising adventure, valor, and jealousy. Sir Ralph the Pirate went on an adventure trip on the sea with sailors. He had the valor to take the risk of cutting off the bell from the Inchcape Rock, which the abbot of Aberbrothock had placed there to warn the sailors. He did this wicked act out of jealousy, as he could not accept the popularity of the good abbot and wanted to defame him. He also did so because of his selfish motive, as he used to make wealth by looting money from the ship that crashed after striking against the Inchcape Rock. So, dear children, with these words I end my lesson. Hope this lesson will be beneficial for you in your study. Do like, share, and subscribe my video, and leave a comment below. Thank you.